Hey, good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon.
How y'all doing today?
Fine, thanks.
My name is Eugene Prentice. I'm here to present to y'all airline traveling. This is some special tips about airline traveling. Now, we all travel and we all have problems sometimes. I'm here to give you some tips to make your safe traveling a little more easier, less stressful. Okay? First thing of all, preparing to board an airline, passengers should always be aware of the security screening check lines. Okay? This could be a very long and aggravated process. That is, if a passenger is not prepared for this process. Before preparing for a flight, a passenger should always be aware of the items in which they are allowed to take on board the airline. If a passenger is not aware of these items in which they are allowed to take on board the airline, they could be in for a long and hard day. This will happen only because of the fact that that passenger was not aware of the legal or illegal items on the luggage. There are 5 main items in which the passenger will and are allowed to take on board an aircraft. These items are medicines, which is one. This is for personal use. The second item is personal hygiene kit, such as toothpaste, body oils, and lotions. These items are safe and lawful to take on board an aircraft. These items should be stored in a special plastic container while traveling. Fluid ounces of these items should not exceed 6 ounces. Keeping a close check on your liquids and fluids is a precautionary measure by Homeland Security. Ever since the 911 bombing in New York City, Homeland Security have taken these extra measures for the safety of the passengers. The 911 bombing in New York City killed thousands of Americans. So Americans have taken extra steps to prevent this measure. Item number 3 that you are allowed to take on board an aircraft is identification cards. This is a necessity for each passenger. Each passenger is required to have an identification card along with their boarding passes in order to board the aircraft. The fourth item, is emergency numbers. Each passenger should have a list of emergency numbers that is easily accessible just in case of emergencies so someone can contact their family and friends where they come from. The 5th item is contact information. All passengers should have some sort of contact information with phone numbers, addresses of their destination and departure. These are things that the passengers should know about traveling. When traveling, the person should always be aware of the surroundings. But when traveling by air, because of the high risk of hijacking and terrorist attacks, the passengers should really be aware of the surroundings. Ever since 911 bombing attack in New York City, airline traveling has been extremely stressful. This is because of the long security screening lines at airports. Items that are portable devices such as laptops, airplane adapters, cell phones, music playing devices, earplugs, and recording materials are all allowed to take on board an aircraft. While on the aircraft, cell phone, laptops, electrical devices should be turned off or in airplane mode until the pilot informs you to turn them on. But also while traveling, a passenger is not allowed to take certain items on board an aircraft. These items should be excluded from the passenger's luggage and carry-on bags. These items are any type of guns, including tasers, explosives, such as bullets, firearms, fireworks, sharp instruments such as knives, razors, screwdrivers, and illegal drugs. These should be excluded from your luggage. These items are dangerous and should not be placed on an aircraft. They may become a hazard or a potential threat to fellow passengers on the aircraft. In conclusion, I'll say, in order to avoid problems, the passengers should always pack smart and be sure to double check his or her luggage for illegal items. Traveling should be a good experience and not a horrible experience. So to avoid any problems, a passenger should be sure to obey the rules and exclude any illegal items from your luggage.